making Easter eggs out of not eggs.
Yeah, we decided not to dye Easter eggs this year because there's a lot of people that have a hard time finding eggs at the store. So we've had a lot more people buying our eggs. So we decided instead of wasting food for people that we were just gonna paint Easter eggs instead.
Out of cardboard.
Yep.
I ended up making a very big mess.
That's alright. You get to clean
Not
it
everybody.
What? I don't want to clean it up.
You made the mess.
I didn't make the mess. I stayed clean.
What are you making on
What do you
your
call that
Easter
thing?
egg?
What's that?
What's that?
And that. Yeah.
I don't know.
Painting's messy.
It is.
Everyone's cleaning up.
Good morning, everyone. We are racing rain, like usual. So, I grab some tools, get everything together. So you've seen some of the fencing that we put up. Oops. And we have a perimeter on this side to do and a perimeter right there to do, so that we can at least block these off and use them still. And then inside of the two big paddocks that we're making, they'll be split into 3. So essentially this is 6 paddocks worth between this side and that side. But we get tools together. You gotta have them. Gotta put this away because the neighbors are done burning, so we don't need it now. Gotta grab a speaker. Gotta have music, you know. Staples. I hope it's at the right angle. I've got you guys on my head on one of the little band deals. I hope you enjoy it. If you don't like it, comment in the section below, and you know, if more people dislike it, then I won't do it so often. What else did I need? Chainsaw and the weed eater. Words of wisdom: be gentle with these wands. They are not all that durable. I won't mention why we know that, but just know they're not that durable. The wind is actually pretty calm today. As you can see, the flag is waving, but not nearly as hard as it was when we were burning the neighbor's pasture. We probably better grab fuel. Oh man, I lost my other caps. We'll make a new one real quick. I don't like the new gas cans like that one. I had some good metal ones, but I'm not sure where they're at anymore. I don't know what happened to them. So I use the older ones like this, and I just make my own cap. Good enough to keep moisture out, but you know, if the can, let's say I left it in the direct sun, it would be able to vent. It'll push this out before it would pop the can. All right. Let this warm up for a second. All right. Now, let's go see what all these guys are up to. So because it's gonna be cold, it was cool yesterday, it's gonna be cold tomorrow. All running around in here. What are you guys doing? You guys look like you need more food. Top that off real quick. So anyways, back to the temperature thing. it is going to be too cold for these guys to be outside. As you can see, they don't have all their feathers in. Like our turkey, he's got his feathers on his wings. The other ones obviously do too. But these guys aren't fully feathered yet. And it's gonna be below freezing. So we're just afraid to leave them out. Hi, buddy. But the turkeys actually probably would have been all right. We've got most of their feathers. What's up, bud? What? Give me the stink eye. Anyways, we need to get this out of here without running any of them over. What? I don't have nothing for you. You guys are getting crazy. There's my best friend. Hi, Bats. She is very close to death, so you kind of have to give her hand signals when she's looking at you. Come in. And Bella's an attention hog. Hi, Bats. Hi, Belle. Oh, man. Go girls. So this is the problem. This is the problem that we have during the winter time. We keep them primarily in here. We try to keep them where they'll stay up here overnight because we want to keep predators in a disadvantage. So like if a predator has to go across all this open ground, it's very easy for us to shoot them. George does a good job keeping them away, but to make his job a little easier, we encourage them to be up here. So we leave their water right here during the winter. And then the downside is that they just ruin the whole barnyard right here because they end up sleeping right here all the time. And it's bad. So the thing that we have in the works is going to hopefully cure that. I'll let you guys write your comments down below on what your guesses are that we're gonna do to attempt to combat it. Know that Hub doesn't have a leak or anything. George just likes to pee on everything with a tire. Hey, Bats. I didn't leave you. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Come on, pup. No, we're taking the side by side. Good girl. What a good puppy. Oh, these chickens, get out! Why'd you go that way? Not all the ways you could go. Come on, Bats. Get in. Bella, you get in too. Get in, Bella. Bella, out. Come on. Oh my. Jeez. Who's the old lady here? Betsy or you? Scoot over. So there's some trees that I just do not like, and mesquite trees, while they make great wood for barbecue, they are awful to have on your farm, and here's why. So you would think that something like this wouldn't be able to puncture, you know, even a small tractor tire, right? These things are actually strong enough, and sharp enough, I guess, that they'll get inside even the big tractor's tires and they'll puncture them. So we don't want it here. So we're gonna cut it down, and we'll see if anybody wants to come and take it and use it for firewood. If not, we'll end up burning it in a bonfire or something. But it's not staying here.
Are we fencing from this side?
Well, have you ever weed eated almost a half mile of fence line? I'm almost there. That end was a jungle and required chainsaw and weed eater use. This end shouldn't be bad because we both have hay fields over here, so we really don't have a whole lot that we let grow in the fence lines. We usually spray them, so this will be a lot better, but still gotta weed eat it. So let's get started and put you all on time lapse. Here's a quick demo of how well this head works. So all this bristly stuff, this is actually the small stuff. It's been cutting through stuff that's far larger, like the thorns and stuff are way harder than these are. All right, we're getting somewhere. We got about a quarter mile to go. This is actually the halfway point. So now you guys can see that these T-posts are spaced out way too far for what I need for field fence. They're spaced out at like, probably about 20 feet. We're pretty close to it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in and we're gonna put another T-post between every T-post that's standing, all the way down, which won't be too bad. Now that we've weed eated, it'll be a lot quicker to put them back. So let's get started. I know that fencing is not very exciting as far as the channel goes, but if you're starting a farm and it's going to have livestock and you don't buy an existing farm, I hope you enjoy doing fencing. If it makes you feel any better, it's not any more exciting doing it opposed to watching it. Just a kind of an idea here. So you can see that all of our land is pretty well cleared off, and we actually bought it like that. But you can buy land that is basically overgrown, thickets, or even has valuable logs on it. If you bought land that had logs on it, if you paid, I'd say if you paid somewhere around $1,000 to $1,300 an acre, it would actually be worth it, because at $1,000 to $1,300 an acre to purchase the land, you got to realize that you're still going to have another $1,000 to $1,500 between dozing it and then fuel for working the ground, disking it over, getting it all leveled out, picking out rocks. Like I said, we have a lot of rocks. Most of ours are picked up. We've still got a few pastures over here we got to pick out rocks yet, and then after you do all that, then you got to pay for seed. You have to put all the seed down to grow grass or whatever it is that you want to grow in it, and then fertilizer. And then even after you do that, you're still gonna have to wait, or you should wait, about 6 months or so, basically let it have one good growing season before you even let animals in on it to start to graze it. It's very costly to make pasture. It's a lot cheaper to buy pasture that's already made. And then, your fencing is your next cost. We've spent, just by the time we finish up the remainder of our fencing, will be just shy of $10,000. And that's actually not bad in our case, because all of our fencing that we put up new, we only had to do, we're about, I think 3,000 or maybe 6,000 feet total of fencing that was brand new. Like there wasn't a fence there at all. So about 6,000 feet. The other 4,500 or 4,800 feet, whatever it was actual fencing that was already there, kind of like we're doing right now. So a lot of the T-posts are there. I got to add a few here and there to support things, and a lot of times we change out corner posts or add corner posts. At that point, it's not that bad. It takes a little longer sometimes, especially if it's overgrown like this fence line was, but most of them weren't bad. Most of them was simple, hit it with the weed eater, and then start throwing your fence up. If you hire fencing done, $10,000 is fencing only. That's not somebody to come out and do it. that's what we paid for materials only, and that's us. That's not including the fuel, you know, wear and tear on equipment or anything like that. I mean, fencing gets expensive pretty quick too. It's just you got to pay to play kind of thing. If you don't buy a farm that's already up and running, if you buy one that's up and running, you know, it could go two ways for you. It could be just expensive off the bat, but then, you know, you have less to deal with to grow your farm. Or it could be just a lucky deal where you're buying it from somebody that they're getting out of farming and they're ready to move on. It's a hard one to figure out. I do like building it though. The work, yeah, it's laborious, but the convenience is that the farm is set up the exact way that we want it. We bought land, you know, we bought this land last year. We never bothered with fencing it because we wanted to think about what we wanted. And then by the time we figured it out, you know, fall had already hit, so we'd let the animals out here to graze, and then we'd just bring them back in. You know, we'd let them come over here during the day was all. It's something that takes a lot of thought to it, because if you put all this fencing up and then it doesn't work for what you need, now you just created yourself a lot of headache of taking that fence down to move it. I mean, you already have the material, so at least that part won't cost you much unless you know, accidentally damage some of it on the way. But just food for thought. I learned a trick. Watch this. Hey, it worked. Wow, that was so much easier. Chrissy's gonna keep tying the T-post to the fence to the T-post while I keep putting in more pickets and weed eating. I'm gonna try our trick again. So, let's see here. I cover the camera. And then when I let go, nope, didn't do it right. Okay, cover the, and ta-da. Oh, you're not doing something right. Whenever I take my hand off the lens, it's supposed to be done. There, that worked. Something about you, it just takes longer.
It does not take longer.
You know, if you had a hat on, you wouldn't have those problems.
There, you got a tick in there. Might have to help me get that.
I'm telling you, if you just had a hat on, you wouldn't have these problems.
Alright.
With them baby blues.
Yeah.
Anyways, video for this episode, or whatever you call it, is done for today. We're gonna go enjoy Easter dinner.
Yep, we're gonna go have some ham and mashed potatoes and green beans.
But I'm glad y'all are tagging along. We are the comments, we read all of them and respond to all of them. And we are working on a couple of things. The apparel should be done, I don't know, it depends when this video posts. It should be done by then. But and then the hat that I believe it's Doug Williams, I can't remember the name, but anyways, we were working on that too. The thing is that this is the Allis Chalmers emblem I'm looking for right here. It's actually the same one that's on the front of that tractor.
Yeah, believe it or not, he has about 20 other hats. He just refuses to take that one off. I've even gone so far as to throw that hat in the trash can, and he got it back out.
This is my good work hat. It's hard to find good hats like this.
It's not doing him any good. Put your head down. Let him show him that.
It.
No.
No,
Let me show him that. This is doing him no good. It's just gonna sunburn his head, and he's gonna have like eyes on the back of his head.
You're cut off. Thank you for tagging along. We'll see y'all next episode. Have a blessed week.
Bye. Happy Easter.